Well, when I was looking through the yearbook and spotted some of the organizations that I was a member of, and then seeing the same students who I was there with, it just brought back a flood of memories. I can't explain, it's just a tremendous group of kids, and you really had to be there to feel the excitement that everybody had.
I chose CCRI because when I graduated high school, my English was not in a level to go to a four-year college. I was so excited about being able to be in college.
I had a wonderful guidance counselor who really encouraged me to continue my education at CCRI, enroll in the Executive Secretarial Science program.
Well, at the time, it was Rhode Island Junior College. There were a number of us in high school at the time who were not ready to go to a four-year institution, and this offered a unique opportunity to get 2 years of college with an ability and opportunity to transfer to a four-year institution.
I chose CCRI because as a 17-year-old high school senior, 4 semesters, 2 years for a nursing degree sounded very inviting.
I was in high school in like the early 60s. I graduated in '64, and it was a hard time, and I really didn't realize what an amazing school it was going to be.
We all felt that this was new, it was exciting, and you could feel it, not only with the student body, but with the faculty.
The environment was very family-like. The faculty, you knew them. We were all on one campus. There was a strong sense of attachment to them as well as to each other as classmates.
I was president of the Phi Theta Kappa and president of Mu Alpha Theta, and I was involved in a debating program. And at the end of my career there, I was selected to be the commencement speaker for the students.
And it's funny because I had a lot of friends at Rhode Island College, and we had the same textbooks. We had the same textbooks as Rhode Island College and URI had. I went into teaching.
When I started the dental assistant program, I knew I wanted to do something, but it wasn't a defined dream. So being able to go to CCRI gave me the opportunity to explore an area and then kind of define, okay, this is what I like, this is what I wanted to be.
CCRI has provided me with a solid foundation, personally and professionally. I was prepared when I left to enter the workforce.
Donna Mita Patton, she was amazing. She was very encouraging. She was very patient with me, a lot of things that she wanted me to do better. And when I graduated the dental assistant program, I ended up going to URI for hygiene and a bachelor's. And whenever she saw me, she was very proud of me.
Dan Garvey has a special place in my heart. He was just a tremendous person and a mentor to all of us. But I had a lot of professors that I have a fond memory of. Dr. Silvestri, who was an administrator for the institution for years, was my science professor, both in biology and zoology. John Hagan, who I've known from high school, was a mathematics professor who I came to know not only as a student, but also as a friend.
My skills let me hit the ground running. I was prepared, I was ready. And it made me think back to the professors that I had, because they would always share their work experience, because I came from the work environment. My shorthand teacher, Mrs. Zoda, I think of Miss Broderick, my typing teacher, as well as Mrs. Squizero, who was the chair of the Secretarial Science program.
Governor Chafee, I think whenever he had time, you know, we would be looking out the window from class and you would see him come, jump over the wall, and he would just come in to visit all the time. The first professor I met was Dr. Silvestri. He was the nicest man, and there were a lot of others. Mr. Verdi, we had him for biology, and you could really go in and talk to them. You don't get that at big schools.
My first nursing instructor was Margaret Kelly, Sally Kelly, who I had the privilege to actually come back and teach with. She was kind. She certainly served as a role model and mentor. Cheryl Donovan, Mary Flynn, fantastic faculty, very caring and very nurturing.
Well, when I was asked if I'd be interested in serving on the alumni board, I immediately said yes. And then shortly after that, I became president of the Alumni Association. And it's been a wonderful experience. I got to not only meet students at a different level than in the classroom, I also got to do things to basically give back to the institution. We're all there to help the students and help this great institution.
I volunteer once a month in the Providence Rescue Mission, which is an organization that we see homeless and be able to provide dental work. I'm also involved in the Mission of Mercy, where we see patients and provide help for them.
I'm a member of the board of East Bay Community Action Program, and in my role at Bank Newport, I thoroughly enjoy working with the CCRI Foundation. The Newport County campus of CCRI and the bank are both active partners in a local group called Newport Partnership for Families. A favorite event that I have worked on was a backpack and children's book distribution. We used CCRI as the location, and we collected 3,500 books. The families were able to have resources available to them. The kids were able to participate in activities. They were able to get a backpack for school filled with school supplies.
I have been active with our nursing alumni chapter that we are re-energizing. There are more than 8,000 nursing alumni that have passed through the walls of CCRI, and as a group, we have so much to give back. I have been fortunate enough to give back through my education to the college, but the alumni are key.
I'm on the alumni board and I'm on the scholarship committee. About 2-3 years ago, I started a scholarship in my father's name because there are so many students and they're looking to get an education, and a lot of them really don't have the means. My father was a survivor of the Armenian genocide in 1915. He had always wanted to go to college and he couldn't. And so I started the scholarship fund in his name. Yep. And this year, they gave out the first scholarship.
Receiving the Society of the Knights Award to me is an honor. To be recognized by the college that has really offered me such a strong foundation.
And in fact, when you go back 50 years and you think of yourself entering the institution, the college, it's amazing that 50 years later, you're recognized by that very institution. So it's humbling.
I think it's a great thing to be recognized, and I'm humbly honored by that.
To come into this institution as a young high school student and to lead the program and to be recognized for that is just unbelievable and is so fulfilling to me and to my family.
Well, I feel honored. You know, CCRI is special. I attended 2 colleges after, but the one I really relate to is CCRI. Yep.